Washington, D.C., 1984. I am nestled in a calm, loving womb of my mom. Life is grand. Of course, I can't remember that. But suddenly, Mom was struck and stabbed multiple times while she was 6 months pregnant with me. The safety I felt was ambushed. But just as it was intended, destiny had other plans. And not a single puncture touched me. And here I am, living and breathing, birth full term, in front of you today. Fast forward through the years, I achieved many accomplishments. I am a proud Bowie State University alumni, BSU, who graduated in 2007 with my bachelor's from nursing. I remember walking across the stage feeling proud of my accomplishment, completing with excellence. Yes, the survivor of a traumatic experience as early as in the womb. Life advanced, but not without facing more adversities. Here I stand, looking at you, and you looking at me. Would you have guessed that I'm living with a terminal illness? I have stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. But that isn't even the beginning of the challenges I've been throughout my life. I am a human display of inequity. Why? How? I know many of us asked ourselves that same questions when looking at videos of ambushes on Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Sandra Bland. Why? How? Yet somehow, in some way, we collectively move forward. We persevere. This was how resilience and resistance was built within me to not be a human display of inequity, rather a torchbearer of transformational change. Today, I am here to speak to you about the financial, educational, and health inequities faced in my life, and my secret weapon that has helped me look into the eye of difficult challenges and overcome them. You ready? It's building up your dash. I am building my dash. You know, the birth, dash, death date. No one ever died wishing they had more time to waste to be sad, mad, or depressed. When we die, we want to leave a legacy. So while you're here, what precious gifts will you leave behind? Not just for those around you, but possibly for the world to receive. So what's your dash looking like? I know it's cliche, but trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. For real. Listen, we are human. There will never be 100% perfection in any system. But we have to stop allowing fear to self-sabotage us. Let's start with my financial inequity. I grew up in a single parent household on welfare in the inner cities of Washington, D.C. I was also considered a ward of state because I was a foster child. According to the Annie E. Casey Foundation, statistically, growing up in this environment and being a part of this experience, the consequences of growing up poor will exhibit employment challenges as an adult and create poor life outcomes. As I rotated in and out of foster care, I had every odd against me. But I would not allow society's negative expectations to puncture me. So I set my mindset to believe by any means necessary. So I applied and acquired a strong financial mindset. My first savings account was $300 that I saved over the summer working at Six Flags as a water attendant. I know it wasn't much, but that income helped pay for my senior fees. Every penny I earned, I budgeted and invested. Shoot, I even remember budgeting my Bowie card funds in undergrad. Those of you who are unfamiliar with a Bowie card, it's a student ID that you could put money on from any additional financial aid or personal funds that you could use around campus as a debit card, to buy items. While everybody blew their money in the first 2 weeks, by the end of the semester, I had my friends asking me to buy them items from the bookstore or the C-store. Wait, is the C-store still a place on campus? I don't know. I might be showing my age. I started investing in stocks, IRAs, and life insurances as soon as I graduated college at the age of 23. I vowed to not to be placed on welfare or be a part of the poor financial outcomes placed on me statistically. By practicing this mindset, I learned to utilize my resources and sought after every opportunity the system provided. And I beat the odds statistically of my environment. Today, I am financially stable. I bear little to no debt. I have multiple streams of income, including businesses. I even pay my credit card off at the end of each month before the interest accrues so I could gain the benefits of the reward points so I could get a free trip every year. Who doesn't want a free trip? That should be enough incentive. So my financial dash is looking pretty sweet. Of course, hardships arise, but I don't stress. And if I do find myself stressing, I absorb those emotions and keep on trucking. I ensure I pivot and find financial lucrative solutions. Now let's move to my educational inequity. I am a first-generation college graduate from parents who dropped out of high school. Throughout my life, I relied on my mentors the most. Mentors can be anyone of any age that's there to enhance your dash. According to the Annie E. Casey Foundation, there was a 3% chance of me earning a college degree at any point in my life because I was a foster child. Does the system know who they messing with? So I enrolled myself in a vocational program my senior year of high school to become a certified nursing assistant. My teacher was like, nope, do more. You have the potential to be a registered nurse. And remember, y'all, I didn't have a blueprint to follow. I was and still am the trailblazer, the one to do it first. So any advice I received from my teachers or my mentors, I took it to heed because I trusted them. So boom, I went to Bowie State University, got my master's in nursing, my bachelor's in nursing, took the NCLEX, became an RN, which was by far no easy feat. But while I was here at Bowie State, I established the foundation of relationship building, mentorship, and exposure to achievements, such as joining the illustrious Zeta Delta chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, being a charter member of the Lambda Phi Beta chapter of Chi Eta Phi Sorority Incorporated, which is a professional nursing organization, and being a part of the Symphony of Soul marching band as a sensation in the color guard. I had my education fully funded by various government grants and academic scholarships as I qualified due to being a low-income ward of the state, like I mentioned earlier. I'm not saying you have to do what I did. However, I am saying to engage and dominate every opportunity presented to you because it doesn't hurt. And ultimately, it will help establish the blueprint of your legacy. So my dash is getting stronger and stronger. Today, I have my master's in nursing as a certified nurse practitioner, where according to the 2020 AANP National Nurse Practitioner Sample Survey results, only 8% of all nurse practitioners look like me, African American. Y'all remember that stat from the Annie E. Casey Foundation that said only 3% of all foster children will earn a college degree? 3% where? Now we're moving into my most influential component of building my dash, which I think has boldened my dash, health inequity. When I first started, I know I probably shocked you by telling you I'm living with a terminal illness. And yes, looks are very deceiving. In 2015, I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer that had spread to my lungs, my lymph node, multiple spots in my spine, my hip, and ribs as my initial diagnosis at the age of 31. I had symptoms of breast cancer as young as 25, just when my husband returned from his combat tour in Iraq. Yes, I'm also a military spouse, married to my high school sweetie for 18 years now, where we also dealt with infertility, and I'm a farmer. All of which that adds up to even more inequities I overcame, but we're only focusing on 3 today. Unfortunately, I was denied and delayed for 6 years, being refused mammograms, ultrasounds, and high-risk screening, and just wasn't taken seriously, despite having the medical knowledge and self-awareness to advocate for myself. Sometimes I ask myself, was I marginalized because of my age or my race? So, I have the highest stage of breast cancer, according to the American Society of Clinical Oncology, also known as ASCO, meaning I will be on treatment lifelong, meaning no remission, no stopping, no cure until I die. I am one of 6% of women who get metastatic breast cancer as their first diagnosis. But today, presently, I am in my 9th year of living with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. Where stated by ASCO metastatic breast cancer statistics, there was a 30% 5-year survival rate. I have beat that statistically. That's how I know this is divine destiny. But unfortunately, many of my friends who are living with this didn't even make it past year 1 or died at year 5. Based on the latest research of the American Cancer Society in 2022, I will eventually be a part of the statistic of Black women having a 40% higher mortality rate than my white counterparts. Yes, this sucks, but this has activated something powerful in me. I've always been a big proponent of enjoying my life, but now it's my life's motto. I will not allow cancer to control me. I still set plans, I still make goals, I travel, I help the community, I work, I laugh, I cry, and survive. Because why not? Of course, I have bad days, and I want to give up. But I have to fight it. Because remember, I possess that mindset by any means necessary. Remember, I grew up poor. Remember, I was a foster child. Remember, I came up from a stabbed up womb. Remember, I am a Black woman in a majority white profession. I have to fight that effing mentality to keep building my dash. I have a legacy to accomplish and a gift to leave behind for anyone it touches when I am gone. We can look at the glass as half empty or half full. But if you too are facing an inequity, look at the glass as half full with your dash. We want your dashes to be bright, bold, and shiny. We don't want any translucent dashes in this world. Everyone has an opportunity. Again, everyone has an opportunity to make their dashes bright, bold, and shiny. You have listened to some ways of how I built up my dash, literally from birth to living for my dash and eventually death. Build your dash by reframing your mindset, not accepting no as an answer, challenging the system and questioning their practices, developing a strong community, and not backing down from being the responsibility of being a change agent. As expressed, I had no idea I would be faced with financial, educational, or health inequities. But my dashes represent the unwavering commitment to each challenge to win strong. Listen, things can all drastically change, even in a week. I could even be dead in a week. But if we adopt a mindset of being the change, starting with yourself, what would you do differently now? So I come asking you, what's stopping you from building your dash? How are you practicing to not be a human display of inequity? Rather, a torchbearer a transformational change. I want to see all of your dashes. And I surely hope you are seeing mine. Thank you.